Adam Lerner, BrooklynPhotoworks.com, and today we have another Squarespace website portfolio review. And if you would like to have your Squarespace website reviewed, or any website that you have with your portfolio on it, use the link below. Right down below, you'll see it right there. Just put in the link to your website and I will check it out. Also, if you guys are looking to save 10% on a Squarespace website, use the code ADAM. That's squarespace.com/Adam. Okay, so today we have a website from a gal that is from Australia. How cool, Australia. And yeah, she does a lot of analog or film photography. And you guys know how much I love film photography. And there's a little bit of a mix of film photography, there's some digital photography, and there's a few things that I've seen in this website that I really want to highlight, and there's also things that I want to suggest that she may do to improve not only the look of her website, but maybe some of the look of the images that are on the website as well. So let's go take a look. All right, so here we go. Boom, Kathryn Farmer. I love this logo. It's got that real kind of electric look about it, and it really seems to suit the imagery that hits you right away. You know, I like the purple. You know, I like a little splash of color. I think that that's really nice. You know, it just sets things apart. The social media is right over here. The email's right here, and the links are there. So just right off the bat, it's really nicely laid out, and the images are cool. This is some really nice live imagery here, or live music imagery. I'm really digging it. And let's just click on it and see what happens. Okay, so it's one of those jobs where you kind of click and it scrolls. This GIF is really fun, and I really like this GIF. Let me actually talk to the camera for 1 second. So a lot of brands these days are using animation to help promote their branding. So for example, a lot of brands when they're doing social media stuff, rather than doing a video, which is a huge production, or just having a static image, a lot of times they're doing GIFs, which is just typically multiple images that are kind of stitched together. You can do it in Photoshop, you can use third-party things to do it, and it just kind of gives it like a really kind of a cool dynamic. It gives it something fresh, it pops out on the page, and it's really cool. And I'm really glad to see that Kathryn Farmer's doing that. So let's take another look. All right, so cool. So this is really cool because it really shows you the vibe, the energy. You know, you got the crowd jumping up and down, you got the guitar singer, you moving around. Really cool. I love this. I love the toning, I love the colors. I think it's really dope. Okay, cool. You know, we've got a pretty girl portrait, really viscoed out. And one thing I will say about these is that you click on them and you can't really see them bigger. So, little trick here, I'm going to right click on here, open image in new tab, boom. So it pops up the static image, and then you can kind of scroll and you can kind of look a little bit more at the image over here. Nice, you got selective focus. I'm not crazy about the fact that this gal's kind of shifted over to left, but I dig the attitude, I dig the lighting, I dig the vibe of this whole thing. There's something playful about it. It's got that kind of fashion lookbook kind of style. It's really nicely styled. That could just be the way that this gal is styled. But the only comment that I would say is that it looks like it's heavily viscoed out. If it's meant to look like film, I don't mind it so much, but maybe just a little bit less, whatever. Anyway, all right, so here we go. We got some kind of like a double exposure thing happening over here, which is kind of cool at a music festival. More music stuff, and the background here is really terrific. It's a little tight on the head over here, but I really like the framing. Yeah, this is kind of cool. She's like handing the mic. I don't want to be stupid, but it looks like Katy Perry. I mean, what do I know? I'm not, I don't know everything about music. But it's a little bit tight. I want to see a little bit more of this, but I get the vibe. That's cool. Cool double exposure on this guy. We're back to another shot of that same gal from before, great fashion-y vibe. Maybe if we had, framed it a little bit, not to have this in there and had this a little bit straighter, but whatever. You know what? It works and it's cool. Another one of those really fun GIFs. I think that these are really terrific. I like the toning. I like the vibe. I mean, this could be like a Gap ad. This could be used on so many different things, or on the band's Instagram or whatever it may be. yeah, it's fine. A little bit extra headroom over there. That's all right. And here we have an analog film image here. Now, these are not seagulls. This is what's called, this is basically what happens when you have dust on your negative. So let's just open this in the new tab and we'll just take a nice bigger look at it. Yeah, all right. We're going to have to talk to the camera on this one a little bit, people. I get film. I love film. I think film looks awesome. And if you're going to shoot film and you're going to promote film in a digital platform, that means that you're probably going to have your films, your prints or your negatives scanned. I would say negatives, probably your negatives scanned. Okay, so let's go there. If you've got dust and stuff on your negatives, which oftentimes you can't help, or it just is the way that it is processed, that happens. That's part of the speckles and the dust and the noise that is inherent to film. However, there's a thing called Photoshop, and there is nothing wrong with taking that image, dumping it into Photoshop and cleaning up some of that noise, okay? It does not deter from the image, in my opinion. Now, I know I'm gonna get some haters out there. I know people are gonna fill up the comments and give me their opinions, and that's great. I want you guys to engage. I wanna hear your thoughts on this kind of stuff because everybody doesn't have to agree. But as far as I'm concerned, all of the dust and the noise in this image is taking away. It's deterring from the image because on its own, it's a very nice image. The tones are beautiful and it's a beautiful spot. And again, this is one of those things that could be the background of an album. It could be used in a travel section of a magazine. It's got a lot of really nice potential. All right, we got more of the music stuff. I like the music stuff. I don't know, it's just live stuff when you're shooting in the pit. It's like, the one thing about that I feel is that you're getting a shot that a lot of people can get, but I like it when the shots on your website are creative. This is kind of neat. I feel like more of an Instagram kind of vibe than like a portfolio vibe, unless maybe you focused on shooting a lot of petrol stations. But I can see that there's a little bit of this, we got some of that film stuff going on here. Kind of a groovy shot. Here's another one of those awesome GIFs. I don't know. I just love these things. Maybe it's just me. Yeah, we'll just keep scrolling on here. Okay. Maybe I'm guessing this guy's a tattoo artist. He's a little out of focus. It happens. That to me, maybe not portfolio, maybe more for Instagram or social media. Another one of those really fun GIFs. I don't know why. They just crack me up. They're great. More music stuff. Here's a really neat idea here. The double exposure. Let's actually go down there. And look, this is one of those infinite scroll kind of websites that kind of drives me a little bit bananas because I kind of don't want to have to constantly infinitely scroll every time. I want to be able to stop on an image and be able to just kind of be there and enjoy it and see it a little bit larger. So yeah, I mean, this is nice. It looks like it was shot at a music festival. There's I guess the screen or the stage in the background here. I think that's really cool. What's happening here is that if it were just a close-up portrait, then it would just be a portrait of a gal at a music festival. But because it's a double exposure and you get to see the stage and the screen of the stage and all that's going on, that wider shot helps to tell the story, and that's what's really cool. There's a narrative that's associated with that photo, so that's really cool. All right, so that was in the welcome section here. And let's go to live music. Now, I'm going to guess we probably saw a bunch of this stuff. Yeah, we did. All right, so I don't know why we're not getting to scroll. Oh, here we go. All right, here we are. All right, I don't actually need to kind of go through this again because we saw most of this in the welcome section. Let's go into the analog bit here. So we saw this image, we saw that. We've got another really nice kind of fashion, kind of moody travel portrait of a gal here. Here's another example. Let me just open this in a new tab here and show you guys like all this stuff, We don't need, look at how gorgeous these tones and these colors are. We really don't need to have all of this noise here. This could easily be cleaned up in Photoshop. It wouldn't take that much time, and it would, in my opinion, make the image stronger. Yeah, some cool vibes here. This looks like the, I don't know, either the image is a double exposure, which I can't tell, or maybe this actually happened, the image got scraped somehow, or the negative got scraped. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of a diary, you know. There's like some Cali stuff going on in here, obviously from a trip. This was the end of the film roll, so obviously the film, or this negative was shorter. You know, you can see that it says LA. We're at an LA game here. Cute pup, waterfall. You know, I like the whole diary storytelling, kind of youth culture aspect of this. Here's another one of those. And I like the fact that you're, again, seeing the end of the roll. The tones are really terrific. It's honest. You know, these are kind of cool. These are kind of like, you know, experiments, maybe the Impossible Project stuff. Really nice collection. This looks like 100 film, a little bit overcooked, okay? And here's the thing. It's like with 100 film, it's a tricky thing, you know, as far as, you know, here's something where maybe the rollers were dirty because we got a little bit of crud on the rollers. I think that's the sun, so that's overexposed right there. Look, I'm not trying to pick it apart, but this is definitely overexposed. Well, I wouldn't say it's overexposed. I think that it was cooked too long. That means that before you peeled off the backing, you let it develop too long. But it's still, you know, it's got a cool vibe. More of the doggy. More people partying. Another, you know, here's another of that beautiful, that sunset. Interesting, you know, portrait over there. And we'll just keep going. I really do love the 100 series. I love the format and the white frame. You know, this is cool. I mean, you're seeing really cool stuff here. Hey, look, koala crossing. Of course, that's what you have. And now let's go into portraits. Okay, cool. All right, so now we have some of the fashion stuff. This, I'm going to guess, is digital. All right, these two here. Nice. You know, they're nice portraits. This one, I don't think falls into the same bit here. I mean, I get it. There's a vibe there, but I want to see this shot wider. I want the story, and I want it in focus. It's out of focus. It's got to go. Yeah, these are cool. You know, this looks more like a snapshot where these are more like kind of lit portraits. That's cool. I like that. You know, more of the kind of fashion stuff. The photo story, and I like the way it's kind of peppered in here. I'd like to see more of that. You know, this could potentially be the same gal, maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's a friend of yours that you shoot. Another one of those really neat double exposures. So let's just talk about that. There's some really neat work in here, and you've got like this really cool fashion story, but it's only one fashion story. And if you've got this gal who's a friend of yours, let's say, I'm going to guess, then maybe try to mix it up and get some other stories going, and then maybe show that to some other friends and see if you can get some other fashion stories going, because that work is strong and it really looks like a lot of fun, and it's stuff that you can shoot at music festivals. You can shoot it at the beach. It doesn't matter. You don't need to actually hire a location for those shoots, because it looks like you have access to some really nice outdoor space. Okay, so here's your About page, and look, John Mayer posted a picture with you. That's really awesome. That is really very cute. And how cool, man. I mean, what an awesome dude. And here you are with John Mayer, and you're best of buds on Instagram. Well, look, that's very cool. I totally dig that. Your passion is from festivals, cutting your teeth with sneaking your compact camera into venues. You know, it's funny that you say that. When I first started shooting, it was a million years ago, and I was in college, and I had a film camera, and I would sneak my camera into venues. And back then, I had like a little, it was a Pentax ME Super. That was like the camera that I carried around quite a bit, and I would put like a little 50 on there. 50 millimeter 1.2, and I would sneak that into venues. And I had a system where I had a spare dummy roll of film, because I used to basically buy film in bulk, and then I would, you know, wind it and cut it, and, you know, in the little bag, and make my own little canisters of film. So if the bouncer decided, you know, to bust me and wanted to confiscate my film, I would just quickly wind it, pop out the canister, and then do a quick little switcheroony with the guy and give him, or give him just like an empty canister, like that looked like a full film roll, but it was basically like a spent roll, so that I would have my film with me and not be sacrificing my film. So I get the idea of sneaking into venues with your camera. All right, so there you go. That's Kathryn Farmer's website, and I really enjoyed this. So we know that this is a Squarespace website because when we hit the escape button, it takes us to this login page, and I have posted, let me actually go forward on there. Actually, I want to go back. I've posted a video on how to correct that escape button thing. The only reason why I like to correct that is because, you know, when I'm on the web or when I'm doing anything, I'm very keyboard command orientated. And oftentimes if I use the escape button to perform a function and it takes me to a login page, I'm like, and I don't want that to be something that clients and people viewing my website have to endure as well. So there you have it. So Kathryn Farmer, I really enjoyed your website. I think you've got some great potential, and I really think that you've got your fingertips on youth culture, and I want to see you do more of that. With the portraits, I want to see some wider stuff, some stuff that has a little bit more storytelling in it. I want to see some more of the fashion photo story stuff. I still want to see a lot of the film stuff, but I don't think that there's anything wrong with you cleaning up some of those scans and just making them a little bit more tidy for the web. Or for your portfolio. So there you go, guys. Another Squarespace website portfolio review. So remember, if you guys want to submit your website, just go to the link below, put your website in, I will check it out. And if you guys want to save 10% on a Squarespace, website, just enter the code ADAM or go to squarespace.com/Adam and you will save 10% on your Squarespace website. So that's it for now. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below, and we'll see you soon.